So I came across the street. I was trying to transition from that side over to the side that's behind me now. But I would have been coming past that thing. And I was filming this. What I was going to do is I was going to try to film this particular building. I know we've been here a million times, but I just really like this building. I like the buildings here. Westminster has some good buildings. So I'm coming across the street, and this guy in a Jeep comes kind of screeching to a bit of a stop beside me, right? And the passenger side door is open, and this woman sticks up her head out the window and says, "Are you following her?" And I was, okay, if I'm filming something and someone barks at me, I can be a little testy myself. And so I'm pretty sure that my first sort of thing was pretty unpleasant. She was accusing me of something I wasn't doing. And something that nobody likes to be accused of, either, because it's such an awful thing to like harass somebody. But it's exactly the opposite of what I was doing. So I responded like that. And then she said something else, and I just kept the camera in the direction that I was going, which was on this building behind me. And said, I didn't even know that, I said, I apologize. I said, I'm sorry if I made someone feel something, but I didn't know she was there. I didn't see her. The one you're talking about, I didn't see her. She walked behind me, and I was pointing the camera in a different direction. I didn't see her, like at all. I didn't know she was there, but I was being accused of following. So it's quick to realize, that was pretty ridiculous. And the guy in the truck and the chick were like totally okay about it. And I think that what I learned from that is that even if it looks like it's you that screwed up, be apologetic. Like if there's for anything any role that you had in it. So I walked across the street with the camera looking up in the building, right? That I did do that. But I didn't photograph that woman. So by just not doing the wrong thing, which would have been followed, I set myself up as a winner in any conflict. Because most people still are pretty concerned about just basic fairness and justice. Most people are, because that's how people are. So yeah, this isn't looking as... I haven't planned this very well. Here now I'm walking across the street backwards. There's hobos and some shit all over the place. I gotta get out of here, I guess. But I think that this film is gonna look fantastic. So yeah, there was a big... I walked past maybe about 4 or 5 people that, you would consider dangerous, right? If you go downtown, you go, yeah, okay, those people are dangerous, I'll stay away from them, right? I stood really quite close to 3 or 4 or 5, 10, I don't know how many today. Well, not that close, and it wasn't that there was no interaction, it's just that the interaction was nice. They were polite and friendly and said hello. They seemed like pretty nice people. Especially the last one I met. He just seemed like a good guy that was really strung out on junk. Black guy. Yeah, no, he was a good guy. Just he didn't want to steal my shit or anything like that. Or maybe he would have someday if, we'd become friends and then he'd rip me off. It's possible. Entirely possible, but it didn't happen. He didn't rip me off. And I guess you could say in a sense that he let me go because he had me, because you have to be thinking in terms of, there's one walking past me to the left right here. So I have to cross. It's always a good shot. Yeah, it's gone by now, so we'll just keep going. As a skateboarder. So, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, filming and all that. And that thing with that chick there, she's not a chick, she was a woman. But the thing is that she was pissed off. She was pissed off right because that's what she thought she was looking at, and so she was pissed off, right? And so even if she wasn't like intending, to be really mean, like acting it up or anything, or exaggerating anything, she was just pissed off and asked the question because she thought that's what she was looking at, and she wasn't. And so as soon as it was established that she wasn't, she was really apologetic about it, which is what she should have been too. Go into a conflict apologizing straight off the bat. If you have a conflict, somebody's behaved badly, and there's a good chance it was you. It's a good chance it was the other guy too, but you go into a conflict without, admitting where you're wrong. Boy, you make the conflict worse. It's just so stupid. Both sides have to come forward with an apology. That's how conflict should be resolved. That's a good idea, isn't it? I've been doing pretty reasonable thinking these last couple of weeks, I think. Reasonably good. I've done some good writing. I've certainly done some good writing on the Trudeau's invocation of the Emergencies Act. That I've definitely done. And I've tore him a new one. It is a scathing and reasonably comprehensive critique of the Liberal government's invocation of the Emergencies Act, which is also always, like it's already is the word I was looking for. It's already been established for like 3 or 4 or 5, 6 weeks, it seems to me, that I've known. But there's no way it was justified. It's been decided already. They act as if, this is some sort of a trial. But it doesn't matter what the judge says. If the judge doesn't get it right, people are going to be really pissed off at him. Really pissed off at him if he doesn't get it right. That's for sure. I'm not encouraging that. But I'm saying it would be a predictable consequence. That would be very bad for the country. This is the day of reckoning for Justin Trudeau. And if it's not given when it's deserved, as much as it is here, nothing will happen. I hope. I mean, so far the protesters were remarkably non-violent. That's one thing that they can't be accused of, is being violent. So I'm walking down the middle of the street here instead of on the sidewalk because I don't want to get anybody in front of me. I keep on talking about this. Oh, my hands are freezing. It makes me think about the protesters that got arrested. Were left in handcuffs for 2 hours, usually with no gloves. Very often with no gloves, or sometimes with no gloves, whatever, with no gloves. 20 below zero. That happened to a veteran. That's really ugly stuff, man. Really, really ugly. More and gratuitously ugly. The way that protest was finally brought to an end, which a lot of people, you could see why people wanted to bring it to an end, right? Obviously. I'm not saying that. But it was just excessively violent. What do you think? Because they're convoy protesters that don't... beat up and left out in the snow to freeze your fucking hands off. It happened to a lot of guys. Anyway, CSIS didn't think that there was a threat to... CSIS is the top judge in the country on that issue. Of course, they're the security experts. Of course, they're the experts on what the threat was. And they said that there was no national security threat of any substance. So if the highest authority in the land has said that 6 weeks ago, why doesn't everybody know it? I don't know if they said that 6 weeks ago.